Hello, friends, and thank you for joining us for 2020 Quarantine Dream. This isn't the perfect way I wanted to introduce the next 2020, but unfortunately, due to circumstances far beyond anyone's control that was involved in 2020 science fiction, this kind of had to be the way that we were going to get around that. So, welcome everyone. 2020 science fiction will still happen sometime soon ish. So I bear ask for your patience while we work on that. But welcome to Quarantine Dream. This was a extension of 2020. 2020 is a monologue project I started last July and has been running every other month, in which I write 20 willing actors a monologue, and then we gather together on the month to perform them. So this has been going strong for a couple months now. If you're just joining us for the first time online, welcome. If you've been here for all of them, hi Nicole. uh, Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoy what you see. This was all written over one weekend, so I hope you enjoy. The actors have worked really hard putting this together, and I couldn't be prouder of them. So thank you and enjoy Quarantine Dream.
Hi, guys, it's me, and welcome to the Make It Up Corner, the online makeup show that is all about female empowerment. So, the world outside is a barren apocalypse. Who cares? We have glitter. I'm so glad you can join me today. I know that power is a rare commodity to have these days, so I'm just so thankful you're wasting it on me. I like to think that what I'm doing helps people, which is a good thing because right now we could all use a little help. I mean, at any moment, zombies could come bursting through the door and eviscerate your entire family. But for some reason, that doesn't seem as important when you've got a beautiful new lip color. Oh my god, and yesterday I discovered the most incredible new technique that you can all do at home. Or whatever it is that you mutants live in now. Look at my eyeshadow. It's actually made from the radioactive ash that's currently raining down from the sky. If you mash it just right, it creates a paste that you can use to make the world's most alluring smoky eye. And you don't even have to set your eyes on fire. You know, these times can be troubling, but it's because of people like you that I keep going. You all mean so much to me, and I'm just so glad you're not hideous creatures trying to eat me. And if you are, you can't get to me because I'm talking to you through a screen. All right, bunnies. Well, I need to go because I think there's a horde coming and they probably want to eat my skin. And who wouldn't want to? I've been using the last of my coconut oil moisturizer, and once this stuff runs out, I'll pretty much lose my will to live anyway. All right, my lovelies. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Look, I'm really not much of a musician. It was just going to be an experiment to see how people would react. So I took out my guitar, I pressed this link on Facebook, and I started to play. Nothing fancy, just a few of my favorite songs. And then something strange happened. People started to watch. Just a few at first. And then, as I was finishing my fourth song, I looked up and there were over 100 people watching. They started asking for requests and asking me to sing more and louder, and I have a hard enough time getting noticed as is, and an even harder time appreciating it when I am. So to start something so small and have it turn into something so pure and exciting it was amazing. I felt like in that moment I was doing something that mattered. Like like I was a small part in bringing some sense of joy to the world, if even just to a little corner of it. It didn't last long. My guitar string broke after song 8 or so. But in that moment, I realized something. I realize that it doesn't need to be something massive. It can just be something small and sweet. Something that just brightens the world, even for a moment. And that matters. So, after I fix my guitar string, I'm gonna do it again tonight. And I'm really excited about it. The validation may be small, but I think it makes a difference.
Damn it! Okay, alright, go back a few steps here. Somehow they can make beautiful loaves of bread that look like they're from Jesus' bakery, and then I make cardboard as dense as Trump. I don't get it. I followed the instructions to the letter. I mean, how does theirs look like happy, beautiful sunshine magic, and then mine looks like how I feel? I just want to bake. Okay, I just want to bake. Let me bake. Is that too much to ask? How do they do it? How do they do it? They take 3 ingredients and make it look pristine and perfect and easy. And I try to do it, and it just falls apart. It's useless. It's futile. So I just want some good old-fashioned bread, full of gluten, bread that I can just feast on in the sanctity of my own home. You know that feeling when you walk into a place and the smell, the smell. It smells so welcoming and wholesome, and it's because they just baked a fresh loaf. I want that. Just give me that! My mom could bake. Hey, you know how they say sometimes that some things could skip a generation? Maybe baking is one of those things. On the bright side, if anyone needs a builder, I seem to be pretty good at baking bricks.
It started as a joke that I thought was hilarious. It was really funny. I laughed out loud hard. I laughed so long I started to cry. I've never actually rolled around on the floor laughing my FAO, but man, I actually did this time. I knew I had to capture this joke so that once I got the chance, I could share it with the world. So I went off on the hunt looking for a pen, pencil, crayon, anything I could use to capture the joke before it slipped through my fingers. And eventually I found one, but it was out of ink. So I had to go find another, and I realized that I likely didn't have one, so I scratched really hard into the paper in hopes that I could see the indentation through it. It wasn't perfect, but it would do. I foolishly put it by my work computer, and before I knew it, it was buried under a random stack of papers that I don't even remember creating. I searched for the joke for hours, but by the time I realized I'd lost it, I couldn't even remember what the punchline was. I was so disappointed. I've never been that funny before. And for a moment, I thought I'd be able to share the ultimate joke, and instead, I became it.
All right, I'm glad you could all meet with me today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to, keeping in touch with the rest of us and see how we are all coping. Now, first off, I want to commend you on doing such a great job of keeping things in check. And I also see some of your initiatives are really taking off, and I really want to compliment you on that. So good job, everyone. Now, to begin, man, we are killing it. Our job in attacking the lungs, we're really getting in there and being awful, and we appreciate it. You're doing great things out there, and if we're lucky, you'll be able to do some serious damages. Now, I'm not sure who's supposed to be in charge of keeping that pesky immune system in check, but we're losing some serious ground in there. So we need to keep on top of things, and we need to be aware of what's going on, because if we don't continue to multiply, the victim will win. And we do not want that now. Do we? Good! Now I need all of you on your worst behavior and continue to do the nasty deeds that you do. Okay? Now get out there and raise some hell.
I thought I could do it. I needed a distraction, and for the first while it was fine, but then these movies like to pretend like they're innocent, like they're pure, but they're emotional torture wrapped up in bubblegum visuals and beautiful soundtracks. And they don't get less sad as you watch them. I mean, you start off with the light and the silly, but then as an adult, man, it gets so hard. I thought I was solid, but then the bad things started to happen. Woody had to face the facts about what it meant to be a toy, and Nemo lost his mom, and Polly just wanted to love, man. And then it happened. The waltz. Carl just wanted to have a nice life. He wanted to be there for his wife. And then they couldn't have kids, and 10 minutes in, she's dead. And that's it. I mean, the movie's just so sad. And it's just supposed to be some lighthearted adventure, and it just keeps going, and then it just keeps getting more upsetting. And then I watched the furnace scene, and they were all holding hands. And I couldn't do it anymore. I know that there's more movies and there's more lovingly made adventures. But do I really want to subject myself to that? I don't want to watch the imaginary friends die. I want to see the brothers meet their dad. I just want the happy endings. So if I don't watch them, then that means that they happen, right? I need a drink.
I think I'm doing a good job. I mean, considering. I'm not going crazy or anything. It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot to think about. I know that other people have gone insane, but I'm fine. I'm great. I mean, I think I'm doing really well, I think. It's just that... So lately I started noticing that my appliances all have personalities. It's not something that I realized before. I mean, now that I'm spending so much time with them, I'm getting to know them so much better than I ever thought I could. I always knew that my toaster loved me, but I never knew that my fridge could be such a bitch. I mean, I don't really blame it. How would you like it if about 100 times a day someone came up to you, ripped open your stomach, stared inside, took nothing, closed you up and left? I mean, if someone did that to me, I would be absolutely devastated. I would definitely develop some sort of complex. And my microwave is so needy. I mean, it's always just screaming, look at me, look what I can do. It's just begging for attention. And my stove is a little slow. Can't even keep the time. I mean, I also feel like it feels a little neglected, and I feel bad, but what would I use it for right now? I could heat up some rice. People even do that still. But all things considered, I know that it's a bit of a struggle, but I think that I am coping
really well. I mean, I am definitely doing better than my toilet. I mean, you think you got problems. But yeah, I think that everything is really gonna turn out okay.
You know, I've been going to the gym pretty hard lately. Had it in my mind I'd lose 40 pounds by June, and I was well on my way. I turned in takeout for a gym membership, and I decided I wanted to make it count. I was going to do everything I could to get in shape. Not that round isn't a shape, but it's not the shape I wanted for myself. And it was working. For a long while I was doing really well. Then all this happened. And I feel like the universe is against my weight loss routine. Went from salads and bench presses to being forced to sit at home and play video games. Anytime I go to the grocery store, all the healthy food options are taken. But there's plenty of pizza. And that time at the gym, well, that's been replaced by video games and jack shit. And at work, I want to be presentable. But how can you do that when that perfectly fitting button up top is puckering? How can you sit there confidently talking on camera when all you can see in front of you is your annoyingly fattening face? Now, I don't hate my body by any means. I'm just frustrated by the fact that something that should have been easy is proving to be way more difficult than it should be. Should I just give up and accept that the universe wants me to be fat? Long story short, pizza's on its way. I've got a pair of sweatpants. So, I think I'll be okay. But I'll be really happy when I can waddle back into the gym.
Art is never considered an essential medium. As artists, we tend to be poor, so we're constantly overlooked and overshadowed by the more important industries, the industries of commerce and consumerism, the bankers, the armies, the stockholders. Why support the arts when you support the troops? Or why give support to anything that funds creation of something that truly makes you feel alive if you can't make money off it? And now, here we are. Hundreds of millions of people trapped in their homes with nothing to do but sit and wait. Wait for this whole ridiculous situation to end. Wait for this whole thing to blow over, sitting in our collective little holes with our hands under our butts, trying to figure out the next move. You know what the next move always is? We turn on the television, and suddenly this inessential, trivial little industry becomes the only thing that unifies this world. We're all in this together. And we're all now crawling to the altar of art and begging for salvation, saving us from boredom, saving us from dullness, giving us escapism from the travesty outside our door and this crushing monotony that we feel day to day. Now, it's funny how it seems like the things that are overlooked while the world is going just swimmingly are the things that prove necessary when everything comes screeching to a halt. We don't create to be famous. Certainly don't do it for the money. And And we don't possess some wisdom that you don't. But we do it because we must. And we do what we do because it's important. Because if we don't, we all lose.
I never thought toilet paper would be one of those things people would go crazy over. Toilet paper isn't a necessary commodity. Toilet paper isn't even a mandatory commodity. Without it, you won't die, so logically there's no reason to kill for it. So I was shocked when I found out there were people out there who were willing to kill for it. Then I found out there were people out there who were willing to hire other people to kill for it, and I realized I was sitting on a gold mine. Sure, my app isn't the most ethical, but when you have lunatics out there hoarding hundreds of rolls of that precious toilet paper, you gotta take the opportunities life gives you before your chance is flushed away. Look, I don't even kill people directly. The person who has the app just requests the toilet paper from someone else, and if they don't comply, then the app hires a contract killer to go over there, knock off the hoarder, and steal all that delicious paper for a fee. I'm completely blameless in all this. I just made the app and promoted the app and pushed the app to several thousand people. It is not my fault they used it. Look, you don't have to agree with the app in its entirety, but you got to admit it is fulfilling its purpose. And I've given so much work to hitmen. They didn't know what they were supposed to be doing before, but now they're the Robin Hoods of the bathroom world. Only, with better artillery.
I don't like it. He's here all the time now. Before, I could get at least a meager 8 or 9 hours away from him, but now he just sits there on the couch, playing his games, eating his cheesy snacks, and farting! Always farting. I don't know how he does it, but he just sits there bathing in the pale blue glow of the television screen as he gapes at it, slack-jawed and pallid as he flops all over the couch like a languid squid. I don't want him here anymore. With him here, I'm forced into stealth mode. He needs to leave. I can't listen to Mozart. I can't have my choice of the cutlet samples. I'm forced to eat the food he serves me from the can. The can! I am a strong cat, but that doesn't mean I don't have my limits. How can he be so unaffected? I don't understand. I attack his useless feet at least a few times a day. I sleep on his face. I do everything I can to humiliate him and treat him like the garbage man creature that he is. Whatever it is that keeps him here, I hope he gets over it. This apartment isn't big enough for the both of us.
So I got a new coworker at the office. Yeah. No, I'm excited for the change, don't get me wrong. And they brew a mean cup of coffee in the mornings. It's just, that kid back in grade school that wasn't necessarily weird or uncool, but they were just there? It's kind of like that. I can't seem to shake them. It doesn't matter what I do. They're there. Always there. I try to keep to myself. I do. But they mean well. And I can see that they're a hard worker. It's just distracting. Our offices are only inches apart. And sometimes it feels like there's no separation at all. And they're coming into my space all day long for this and that. How do you even begin to tell someone to just tone down their general presence nicely in a way that says, hey, I can see that you're a human and that you also occupy this space. But is there any way that you can possibly occupy it less. You know, I feel like we're breathing the same air. Like the air that I'm breathing in right now, she's breathed out twice already. Like some sort of oxygen backwash. I just so badly want to go up to her and say, "Baby, hey, how's your day going? That meeting sounded intense. Yeah. Management's not going easy on you, eh? What do you want to do for dinner? Tacos? Yeah, no, tacos sound good. Yeah, okay."
I'm sick. I don't think I have it, but I've got something. I can't work. I am tired all the time. I'm not scared. At least not for me. Maybe I should be. But I know I'm going to be okay. I'm young. I'm strong. I'm ready for this. I just wish I wasn't alone. I almost called my ex the other day. It was his birthday last week, and I just really didn't want to go through this by myself. I wanted someone, anyone, to just hold me and stroke my hair and tell me everything is going to be okay. I need to believe everything is going to be okay. I don't know what to do with myself right now. As far as things goes, I'm pretty useless. I haven't even been eating. I know I'm supposed to keep my strength up and all that, but I just don't care. I just want someone. Someone to be with me. I just wish I wasn't alone right now. That's all.
This sucks. I mean, I know it's not all bad, but I was just hoping there'd be more time, you know? I mean, at first, it was novel to be at home and have some time off, but now I find myself not wanting to go back to the way things were. I've grown accustomed to a certain kind of lifestyle, one where I don't have to wear pants, one where I don't have to justify myself constantly, but mostly one where I don't have to do anything but fall back in love with my first love. Video games. Sure, it's nice to have a wife and she's great, and I mean the kids are okay too, but having 8 solid hours to yourself where all you have to do is go around and play these games. I mean, it's nice to have a way to relax and enjoy the lazy days and just run around throwing your Pikachu at things. I started from the start, I mean the beginning. And now I'm so close to finally having them all, and now I'm expected to put pants on? Go back to work and return to a world of adulting? Ugh, why? The grass is so much greener when it's growing on top of a Bulbasaur. It's good to feel like a kid again. I just wish there was a way to keep this feeling going forwards.
I don't know how to tell her she's a bad cook. I mean, she's not just bad, she's terrible. She's the worst. The dog won't eat it. I once got rid of her soup by pouring it out into a plant, and the plant died. Actually, it's more likely it just committed suicide. And I appreciate her taking the initiative, but maybe the middle of a quarantine isn't the best time to decide you want to experiment with cooking, especially when you have someone else who is forced to eat everything you create. I've lost 2 pounds this week. I'm not a big man. That weight matters. I just can't eat it, but I can't tell her it's terrible. It would crush her. She's already so delicate lately. I mean, ever since her father got sick, she's been worried. I get it, but there's a time and place for everything. And I'm just going insane. I need something tasty, something with flavor. Maybe something that's a little spicier than English special. I just want a pizza. 2 pizzas, all the pizzas. Anything but her cooking. If I have to eat one more poached fish, I think I'm going to snap. I know there's not much to do, but the kitchen is no place for a woman.
Alexa, play me a song that reminds me of the old times. I need to listen to something to soothe my soul in these troubling times. How about Panic at the Disco? No, actually, I need something more morose than that. Play My Chemical Romance. Set the lights to 50%. Set the temperature a little bit higher. There's a little bit of a draft. Alexa, order me a pizza. I want something meaty and substantial, and cheesy sticks, and extra sauce for dipping. Oh, and a Diet Coke. Alexa, I'm a little bit bored. Tell me a story. Something funny, something that's familiar yet comfortable, but still amusing. And recited by Whoopi Goldberg, or Morgan Freeman, or both of them in a delightful unison. Can you do that? Of course you can. You're Alexa. You can do everything. Alexa, activate the Swedish massage chair. I've had a long, hard day bossing you around, and I want to try to relax for a moment. Put it on just hard enough for me to forget how bored I am. Alexa, use that app that kills people. Maybe aim for someone unimportant. Actually, no. Let's make it fun. Go for the president. I don't like them right now. Does anyone? Alexa, answer the question. You know what, Alexa? I can take a lot, but I don't like the silent treatment. Can you at least work on it? Thank you. Now bring me my wine and some weed and make me feel like a god. Is that too much to ask? Perfect. I'll be in the salon. God, no wonder I'm single. Even my Alexa hates me.
He's gonna be okay, right? I mean, one of the good ones. He's strong. I know he's strong. When he was young, he thought he was invincible. He jumped off the 3rd floor balcony and landed without his cried. He never cried, said it was easy. So strong. Never wanted to see him cry. There's no way something like this could be bad. You know he's tough. He'll be able to beat this. So good about everything. Always taking care of me. Yeah. He's sometimes got a temper, but it's never anything out of the ordinary. He's a growing boy, and that could be confusing. He must be scared. Sometimes I wonder if the brave face he puts on is for me, because he doesn't want to upset me, because he doesn't want me to be sad. Since his father left, I've been the only one that he seems to care about. He cares so much. I need him to be okay. I love him. I love him so
All right, and now we are coming to the final award of the evening. We are all here to celebrate the incredible achievements of this tremendously destructive force that has irreversibly screwed over our planet in such a reckless and ruthless way. I think we were all surprised to see how something so terrible could go on to achieve so much and still be so very little. It's truly a testament to know that even if you're a single-celled brain, you can go on to accomplish so very much and terrorize the world for decades to come. The entire world has been irreparably damaged for years and years. Centuries from now, we will be speaking of this terrible time and the catastrophic actions that have led to this point. We never expected it to get this far. In fact, most of us probably thought that this kind of destruction could only be caused by terrorists or hurricanes or a fury of children who aren't allowed to watch Paw Patrol. So now, we've come to the height of our ceremony and welcome to the stage this awful organism who has caused so much terror and destruction. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage this year's winner for Most Valuable Virus, the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Okay, are we all here? Did we lose Janine? No, oh, there she is. Hi, welcome back. Okay, so we're all here. Let's get started. Thank you all for joining us. I mostly just wanted to assure you that financially we're doing great. Also that I am not currently masturbating. The reports are in, they look fantastic, and as you can tell by the look on my face, with utter and complete confidence that my hands are nowhere near my most base bodily appendages. Teleconferencing. It's fun, isn't it? I mean, look at us all. Look at us all with our hands under the table where they could reasonably be doing anything. Who knows what the person on the other side of the teleconference is doing? Janine, you're not even paying attention to anything I'm saying right now. As you can see, my hands are plainly in sight. And you know what? Just because we produce and sell pornographic content does not mean that every single teleconference needs to devolve into something base and vile. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. Life is made to be enjoyed, and while we do enjoy it, while we are working, I must insist that we all are being our most professional selves. And as you can see, while the cameras are up, we shall be down. No, not getting down. Okay, you know what I mean. While all this is going on, remember that it is important that while we work, we all communicate effectively, and please do remember that people are watching. No, unless that's your thing, in which case, no one's watching. They're not watching. But they are watching. Everybody's watching. You know what? Let's take a quick break. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
I don't understand what the big deal is. I've been quarantining myself since I was 17 years old. That's when I started listening to The Cure, and ever since then I just haven't found a reason to go outside again. The sun. Who needs it? Just give me a basement, a blanket, a record player, and I'm happy. Closest thing I have to the sun is the single blood-red candle I like to read beside. I'm a fan of Poe lately. Have you heard of him? He's pretty underground. I don't know, I like it. It's dark and broody. Like me. And my soul. I don't understand why everyone is having such a panic attack. So, what, you need to stay inside for a little while? You think people like me enjoy having you jack our lifestyle? I mean, how would you feel if we were to emerge from our layers and go into your parks where you walk your dogs and play hacky sack? You don't want us out there, and we don't want you down here. I mean, what do you even think you'll accomplish by doing this? I just want some time to be alone by myself and not have to feel judged by the rest of the world. Is that so wrong? Whatever. Now I'm going upstairs to grab one of my mom's Rice Krispie squares, and by the time I get back, I'm gonna hope that only the true basement dwellers are left.
I started small. I took 2 paper clips and I made a small, silly, stop-motion animated movie where they fought each other and then one of them got thrown into a stapler. Well, then I got a bit more advanced. I started using puppets. Then clay figurines. Well, then I realized that they have software online that you can use for free, and I started making real movies. I got good, too. I mean, I didn't have anything else to do, so I kept creating. I recorded all the voices myself, and they were good. I used my artistic skills to make a couple of animals, and I thought it was good. And then I caught the eye of a very specific corner of the internet who took a great interest in animal movies. Now, I admit my creatures were slightly humanistic, but I had never considered them being sexy. But then I started getting requests, and they started paying me to make them. And then they volunteered to send me files so I could create anatomically incorrect genitalia on the creatures. And they offered to pay me a pretty penny. I mean, I was out of work, so why would I say no? Before long, I became known as the Steven Spielberg of online furry porn. I didn't even know what a furry was, but it turns out I have a real knack for creating them. I mean, I read a lot of Danielle Steele, so I just thought about what she would do if she had a humanistic armadillo and a voluptuous porcupine. I was always told that there's an audience for everything. I just didn't realize how specific that went sometimes.
Hello everyone. I just want to thank you for joining us for 2020 Quarantine Dream. As I said, 2020 Science Fiction will commence once we have a physical space to go back to. But until then, every Friday we are going to try to post something up on this platform, so feel free to get involved. If you're an actor, if you're a writer, reach out, let us know. We're happy to have more people in this circle. To everyone who is a part of 2020 Quarantine Dream, thank you so much for your hard work this week. It's been a lot of stuff very, very quickly, and everyone did a really amazing job. So thank you. It means a lot to me, and I hope that going forward, we all continue to stay safe and make great art.